Based on my analysis, the perception of President Donald Trump's behavior as wired can be comprehended through two main perspectives: his communication style and its strategic application. Communication style. Political experts and psychologists often label Trump's public persona as populist, nationalistic, and confrontational. His rhetoric often resembles a firehose of falsehoods, heavily relying on binary terms like us versus them. He frames himself as an outsider battling a corrupt establishment. Trump frequently employs aggressive personal attacks, using nicknames such as labeling India the tariff king to criticize its trade stance. This approach significantly enhances his appeal to his supporters by providing a clear narrative that distinguishes allies from adversaries. Strategic purpose. Trump's behavior transcends mere personality traits, as it's also perceived as a calculated political maneuver. By utilizing aggressive language and making bold, often erratic policy decisions, he strives to gain negotiating leverage and project a robust image to his followers. His confrontational style serves to control the news cycle, divert attention from other pressing matters, and convey to both domestic and international audiences that he is a decisive leader. Are tariffs on India a good decision? The inquiry into whether the tariffs imposed on India represent a good decision is multifaceted, with arguments presented from various standpoints. Below is a summary of the main arguments both supporting and opposing the tariffs, along with their particular effects. Arguments supporting the tariffs. Proponents' perspective. The Trump administration primarily justifies the recent 25% tariffs on Indian goods, in addition to pre-existing tariffs, based on two essential points. Geopolitical leverage. The tariffs are portrayed as a reaction to India's ongoing purchase of Russian oil, with the White House arguing that these transactions undermine US efforts and support Russia's war machine. The intention behind these tariffs is to compel India to align more closely with US foreign policy objectives. Trade concessions. Analysts widely interpret the tariffs as a means to gain leverage during long-stalled trade negotiations. The Trump administration has persistently accused India of maintaining an unfair trade environment and has leveraged tariffs to advocate for increased market access for US products, especially in agricultural and dairy sectors. Arguments opposing the tariffs. Opponents' perspective. Economists, trade specialists, and various political figures have vehemently criticized the tariffs due to potential adverse effects on both US and Indian economies. Economic damage. The tariffs are anticipated to negatively impact both economies. Analysts from the Budget Lab at Yale suggest that these tariffs could result in a 0.5% decrease in US GDP growth and more than 500,000 job losses. For India, the tariffs may hinder GDP growth by 0.3 percentage points and threaten the nation's Make in India and China Plus One manufacturing ambitions. Consumer costs. Tariffs function effectively as a tax on imported goods. The newly imposed tariffs are likely to elevate prices for US consumers across various products, including clothing, shoes, and auto parts. This burden disproportionately impacts lower-income families. Geopolitical instability. These tariffs pose a threat to the crucial US-India strategic partnership, a vital component of the Quad alliance aimed at countering Chinese influence in the Indo-Pacific region. By penalizing India, a key democratic ally, the tariffs could push New Delhi closer to geopolitical rivals like Russia or even China. India's reaction. The Indian government, through its Ministry of External Affairs, has publicly denounced the tariffs as unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. While trade organizations advocate for retaliation, the government has opted for a more measured response. It has declared a focus on internal strategies, such as supporting domestic exporters and diversifying trade to alternative markets, rather than engaging in an immediate tit-for-tat tariff conflict.